next time. As followers of Christ, we should equip ourselves to pass our faith on to others just as Paul did to Timothy. In many ways, it's actually the core of with our youth ministry. We want to see them carry that relationship beyond the church and share it with others. Thankfully, the burden of passing the baton well doesn't just fall on the shoulders of the youth ministry all the time. But I've been blessed. Here's where I may get emotional. When you start raising kids, your thing for them is to watch them grow in the Lord, become more like Jesus, marry a soulmate that's also being Christ-like, serving together in the church. That's what we all want as parents, right? Nothing makes us more happy. Christy and I are fortunate enough to see all of our kids doing that. Carly teaches Sunday school, teaches Awana on Wednesdays, sacrifices her time and effort so that the kids can hear the gospel, teaching the truth of what the Bible has to say. God brought her, I think it's turkey. I think I got that right. He did. I said, son, if the Holy Spirit goes, I'll just keep going as long as the Holy Spirit's moving to the next generation. So I want you to hear this, church. It's up to us. It's our responsibility. And I even take this a step further. As these students move into adulthood, those coming up behind them, moving into adulthood, it's our calling. Did you catch that? It's our calling. We're commanded to make disciples. It's not a choice. As much as I do in this movement, so here we go. We have a program called Multiply here at our church. That's for Club 56 and our youth. I may step on some toes here, so y'all get ready. Y'all know it was the Lord because some of the adults had to take on there ain't an excuse, but they aren't the right things. For high schoolers, this could be good behavior, strong grades, athletic success, scholarships, and as they become adults, these things become like behavior, job promotion, financial gain, good standing in the community, go on and on, whatever it may be. But Paul challenged Timothy to be strong in grace. Timothy was a young man who apparently dealt with being timid, had health issues, all those who are behind us, all that we have learned, so they cannot make the same mistakes, and they can step up and do what they need to do and minister to a next generation. And then he challenged them to teach one another a generation of followers. Paul taught Timothy, Timothy taught others. His students then would teach another generation of followers the truth of Jesus Christ. And we must focus on his saving grace to his death and resurrection, the freedom and the power that comes from walking a life surrendered to the Spirit, and the call to invite others on that same journey. There's no do-over. So can I talk from experience to the families of the kids and students who aren't graduating yet? I know this might be tough to hear, but every graduation season, we always hear one statement over and over and over again. They grow up so fast. I encourage you to make the most of the time you have with them. Don't miss your kids. Don't miss them growing up. Don't miss the small things. But can I challenge you a little bit? There may be nothing more spiritually valuable to your kids' lives than your presence in their lives. And I don't mean to scare you, but the truth is that there's limited window where you have the most time, opportunity, and an influence to have the biggest impact on your kids. See, this is where it starts at home. Parents, this is up to you. Again, this is like to be a Christ follower, what it means to serve. And God regularly brings people recovered by the athlete who dropped it, and he or she may leave the assigned lane to retrieve the baton, provided no other runner is impeded and provided. Church, that falls back on us. We're missing opportunities. Because what if those kids don't have the home that teaches them who God is? If you're fortunate like me that had a mom who loved me, who's here today, and showed me who Jesus was, a lot of kids don't have. That should do something to us, church. That should make us question, what are we doing individually? And I know our church, look, I'm not like saying this is about our church. I'm saying churches in general. I mean, our Memorial Baptist Church doesn't just affect the whole generation that's out there now. It's churches in general, all across this nation, all across this world. We're dropping the baton. It's probably good for you to know there's a lot of blame going around in response to this research. Your kids see what you do during the week. And it's why so many people don't want to come to church. Not just students. I'm talking about adults too. Why do I want to go be part of something like that if all they're doing is being a hypocrite? Because I see what they do on Monday through Saturday. How did that happen, and whose fault is it while the race continues? The race doesn't stop when we drop the baton. But we like the blame game, right? We all blame others. Read his word. Read devotionals. Have prayer time. Worship. Because the race continues whether you're in it or not. 2 Timothy, we're almost eavesdropping here on a personal, intimate, and perhaps painful conversation between a father and his son. And in that conversation, Paul reminded Timothy of the experiences he had shared with him. Teaching, conduct, purpose, faith, patience, love, endurance, persecutions, and sufferings.